Ooh.
Yeah, Young Ma or Young M.A.
Ooh, what happened to her?
A lot. We'll have to talk about it off air because
Oh.
it's one of those.
Okay.
One of those situations. But what's up, guys? We're back.
You're a hater, but you broke though.
Hey,
That's a line.
it was fire.
That's a line.
It was fire.
That's a line.
That was a moment. It was a moment.
Speaking of Young Ma, we got Caitlin Clark. I'm sorry.
That was wild. No, that was wild. Caitlin Clark is on our screen right now. We're just kind of going through.
We should just start over.
Summing through the highlight films. No, it's okay. We'll just leave that out. I asked Dave, I was like, because a lot of people are saying that it's more like the Angela Reese show and not the Caitlin Clark show, showed him some of the highlights and everything and wanted to ask him specifically how do you think she's gonna fare in her rookie year compared to Angela Reese?
I'm so glad that you asked me that because I basically think about this day and night, all day long,
You got to.
every hour of every day.
You got to.
No, but when you think about that question, Caitlin Clark has the expectations on her shoulders, and you even see people's response to her. I think. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that does she seem like the kid that's coming up from middle school who thinks that who everyone says is so great and then they're playing against freshmen?
Came in JV.
Junior, senior.
Wants to be varsity now, people, you know.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, if she loves basketball, which she clearly does, she should be as great as she wants to. But when you have someone who's got all the hype and they are getting most of the money or more money in their contract, then I think this happened to Pistol Pete. When he came out of college from LSU, he got the highest NBA contract ever. And the ABA was actually battling to get him, and they could offer more money, but at that point it was kind of like a circus show in the ABA. And I know that there are players on his team that really struggled because he's on your team. You don't want him to do bad, but at the same time, like, everybody's got a little bit of, I don't think you're as good as me inside of them, and I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening to her. Would you agree?
I agree to a certain level, and the only reason why I can say I don't, maybe more so, is because this isn't college. You're playing like you're still in college ball, like you maybe haven't been, I don't know. I'm not going to say you should catch on quickly, but I'm thinking like, now there's a different level of gameplay, and you can't run and gun everything. You have to play your position. You gotta be able to come in, do the work, and not try to, I don't want to say take over, but in a sense, like, make it seem like you're more than the game.
I think it would be a challenging transition for anyone. I think we're talking about that, and the collective sports media is focused on a WNBA player like that for the first time in my memory. And so when you say,
and again, it's only been 5 games.
Yeah.
Like let's start it. It really has only been
5 or
5
6
games. Yeah. So,
but Angel Reese, no one was expecting her to become the best player in the WNBA this year.
Yeah.
And so I don't think all that stress is on her shoulders the same way that it would be on Caitlin's shoulders.
But I think, and what's crazy is to say it, like, I think because of the Angel Reese hate, I think she kind of is able to look past that and beyond that now to where she can just focus on the game because she's had the good and the bad side of it. And I don't think maybe Caitlin has caught so much of the bad side of it to where maybe players don't even really like you because of maybe what you represent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say they're bullying her on purpose, but what I'm saying is them fouls look a little harder than normal. Pause. So it just seems like a hazing. Like welcome to the WNBA. It's a different level here. Different level.
Well, if she's going to become the best WNBA player of all time, which some people have been saying she might be, right? Then she's gonna have to overcome the conflict.
True. I don't want to say. What I want to say is specifically, I just want to say, Caitlin never wanted to be the greatest WNBA player because that's never come out of her mouth. I want to give her credit by saying she might be the greatest college player, sort of like how we look at what's his name from UNC, Tyler. Right?
Psycho T, baby.
So again, I mean, I'm willing to concede to the fact that, hey, let's give it time, but also at the same time, maybe don't put that tag on her as much just because of that.
I think that's fair, and I think whether that happens or not is beyond anyone's control. It's especially beyond hers.
Especially when it's the public involved, yeah.
Yeah, and it is what it is, though. I don't...
It is.
I think that, like LeBron did in the 2012 NBA Finals, when he won his first one, he tuned out the media. He was reading the Hunger Games. I hope that Angel Reese, I hope that maybe, like you said, I mean, it's got to be hard to be that age and be so scrutinized by everybody.
Yeah, and especially for something you do on a daily now.
It's just like you got to hope that they're able to find peace in living their life, not on their terms, but if Caitlin Clark just wants to be a great WNBA player and she likes to shoot 500 threes a day, then keep doing it. But don't listen to the haters.
Yeah, but see, again, what happens is that if you're a J.R. Smith in the WNBA compared to the NCAA, now we got to look at you weird. Now something looks a little funny in the light.
I don't understand that analogy because J.R. Smith didn't go to college until recently.
No, but what I'm what I mean is more or less like when you're on, but when you're cold, you're cold, and that can play into the point of where maybe that affects your contract or your status to be open in different areas for places that are maybe looking for another point guard. Because again, I haven't seen any point guard moves in about 5 games. So
you're saying that Caitlin needs to
play her role. Just be a point guard. Like, stop trying to be what you were in college. This is maybe like that's just what it looks like. And again, it's been 5 games, guys. I get it. It's been 5 games, but at some point you got to clean that up because the WNBA season is way shorter. You know, so it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to catch on maybe just a little bit quicker. Caitlin,
this your girl, man.
I want her to be great. I'm looking at Angel Reese and she's out there balling. I mean, she looks comfortable. You know how we always say in like when we were in a fantasy league, like somebody looks football ready or looks NFL ready or looks like they're a starter position person. Like no matter what, start them anywhere on all 32 teams. It doesn't matter. And it's like she is, but Caitlin after 5 games looks a little shaky.
Caitlin, you've been put on notice.
Yeah, you on the clock, baby. I ain't gonna hold you.
Winston will abandon you.
You are on the clock, and especially for the team that you guys have too. It shouldn't look like this.
You are so flaky.
I have no problem saying that. I am a flake. I will run in the midst of trouble. Like, hey. She was good then. She is not good now for some reason.
Hey man, it's adaptive. It's adaptive.
How you stay alive, bro.
There you go.
But no, I think the WNBA just in general is looking good. Kelsey Plum looks amazing. Breanna Stewart looks great still. So I think it's just more excitement just around watching the games now. So I am enjoying that. It seems to be more exciting than years before.
Winston, my friend, are you enjoying the WNBA?
Yeah, I mean honestly, no. I want to be honest. I want to be completely honest. I think the WNBA was missing sparks. They were missing elements that you can make stories behind, right? Or things that can grow with legs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're trying to entertain, and that's really hard to do sometimes.
I'll keep it real. It's I don't follow soccer, but men and women like soccer.
Yeah,
and men and women play soccer, and I feel like this is our opportunity to make basketball more of an American sport.
Yeah.
By having more people invested in the sport, including women.
Yep. Yeah. You need
I think
that.
it will increase like the overall. I think wouldn't it? Hey man, we could become the basketball country.
We had the conversation before where we could produce a great WNBA product because there are stories, but I feel like the journalists aren't really digging or trying to be as open to the WNBA because it doesn't sell. It's not a hot ticket. It's not a hot story type thing. But there are things that are underneath that you could make happen, like people being top scorers, people being top assist leaders ever, or anything like that. Like, make it as legacy as you've made the NBA, you know?
So I think part of what's going on is the new landscape of media where people have their own channels. The journalist's role has changed in some ways because it used to be that you needed the journalist to follow your favorite athlete, but now you can just follow them on social media. Some people are so into social media that you could literally know what their life is like every single day and what they're doing, and you can get the behind the scenes look, which I think is what's amazing about the NIL deal to begin with, because you have the advent of YouTube and people being able to broadcast themselves, and now it's like, I can make money from this. You're telling me I can't make money from this because I'm an amateur.
Yeah.
And it's like, too late.
But that too, though, I also almost want to put onus on the players too, because if you're yes, it's a professional sport, and it's not normal to almost sell yourself in a certain type of manner or way. But again, I think that shows that you need that element of that, because you need to be, I don't want to say a brand, but you need to have some type of I know this person because they're going to either be honest, or they're going to be truthful, or they're going to give me something spicy about their opponent, you know? And I think that's how you create storylines and create rivalries, and you know, you create that image of legacy. Like, oh man, when Cheryl Swoops was going against XYZ, it was amazing. Like, that's how it should be, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what they need. And I think that you can get that out of this class of women, and even after too as well, because again, you got more eyes on you now. Now we need to be purposeful. You know, we need to be purposeful in everything you do.
We should put a disclaimer. We are not trying to mansplain.
No mansplaining. No mansplaining. No mansplaining. No, again, man, I think the WNA is in the greatest position ever. Hell, to even make a profit. I'm gonna be honest, man. I think this is the upswing we all have been waiting for and looking for. I think they can make a great case now for them to even show out, have like certain all-star type things, you know. And again,
more media rights.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just don't drop this ball. Like, please don't drop this ball. This is the best time ever where you have the most amount of eyes ever on you, you know? And that's what's going to make the WNBA a profitable league, but also an exciting one comparable to the men. Like, I would love to see. I should have sent you this video. This woman did a drop step dunk. I was like,
you did send me
that.
that.
I did send you that. Okay, great. I was like, yo, could you imagine her actually doing that in a game though? You know how wild that would be? I would literally get out my chair and probably leave the building. Like, I would be like, yo, I know she did not just drop step dunk on him.
You should put that one here.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put it right here. It's so wild to see, because it was just like, yo, that is crazy how athletic she is.
She didn't look super tall either.
At all. She maybe was what, 6'1", 6'2", maybe. Like, it's wild.
She was springy, dude.
Yeah.
Real springy.
Yeah, that was wild. And that's what I want to see. I want to, you know what? I want my LeBron James. I want my Anthony Davises. I want my my Damian Lillards. I want my Giannis's. You know what I'm saying? I want those key players that I know are going to give me what I'm looking for in the sport of basketball. Comparable. That's all I'm looking for. Because I'm telling you, man, I've watched more WNBA in the last 3 years than the last 10 that they've been around, probably. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah, man. Because it's getting exciting. And I think again, this was the only thing they needed to get over the hump was have storylines coming into the draft. We didn't really get that since Diana Taurasi, you know? So it's like, you get this now, let's keep it going, but Caitlin,
keep it cooking.
Caitlin, you on the clock, baby. Caitlin, you on the clock. Angel, you are doing amazing.
Caitlin's on the clock. Man, Caitlin's on your clock now. Dang.
Yep. What Judge Judy be doing?
Jesus.
It's wild, man. It's wild. But yeah, man, WNBA looks amazing. It looks amazing. Can't wait for more of the games. I just hope Caitlin gets to really show out. Because if she does, them ticket sales going to go through the roof.
Every time I go out, you know I gotta show up. Hey,
imagine she has a stretch of like a Curry game
where
she scores like 30 points in like 6 out of 10 games. That'd be wild.
I think it hasn't looked good over the last few games for her. I'll be honest, but if she puts it together, it's gonna be what's up, man.
Yeah, she can get
and maybe that will be realistic.
If you want to grade them now, what would Caitlin Clark's grade be? In academia, what would the grade be?
Probably needs improvement. D+.
D+. Wow, I was being nice. I was giving her a C+.
I think that D+ comes from a place of, I think what her ceiling would be as an A could be really, really impressive. It's more of I expect more. I expect more from Caitlin Clark than she's giving me, and certainly than she's giving you, because you're out. You're basically basically
I'm at the train stop, and I don't know if I'm gonna get back.
He's basically already packed a bag. He's had a bag in his closet.
I don't know if I'm gonna get back on this train.
Man, she's gonna
take a second.
She's coming around.
May wait for the next one.
Speaking of trains. Well, actually, I'm trying to transition to cars.
Nice.
Talk to me about the Indy Car 500, baby.
Indy 500s today. They actually got delayed a little bit. They had to move. I think it was like 96,000 fans or whatever from the area.
All right.
But yeah.
How many fans?
It was like 96,000, bro. Yeah. Or 9,600. One of the two. But I love the Indy, man. I like car racing in general. Like, I was watching some F1 clips and stuff. It's interesting how like, you know, you gotta really be like, could you imagine being in 6th gear for like 30 minutes to like 45 minutes? Like, that's a long time.
Well, Winston, sometimes I get on the treadmill.
Oh yeah,
go at 7.5 miles per hour for like 40 minutes at a time.
That is
and I got to tell you, I can totally relate to being in 6th gear.
And Dave drives like a speed demon too.
Not anymore.
You're a speed demon.
I got 2 speeding tickets this year, man.
Yeah, I know.
Like in the same couple of weeks, and yeah, it's a wrap, man. I'm driving like a normal person now. I
don't know.
I also I don't know if anybody else speeds. I think it kind of goes along with always being in a rush, and if you're like me, you try to do a lot of things during the day, and then you start thinking, well, if I can get there 10 minutes earlier, like I can stay here 10 minutes longer and do something else. But that also just carries the stress with it all day long, versus if I'm not in a rush to go anywhere, I'm a pretty chill person.
I can understand that. I get that.
It takes a while to get me riled up.
No, I believe it. I don't know, man. I just look at like race car driving in general. Even like in NASCAR and stuff, when they even talk about some of the 90s what are those? The 90s like races and stuff. It's just really interesting. It's like how you can just go in a circle or go in a pattern so many times. Who can do it the fastest and be in the lead?
Dude, I want to know. There's got to be a story, or there's got to be a behavior that everybody was doing. Like, they had to have been using amphetamines at some point.
I would believe so. I mean, in order to just stay alert, because like I even think I sent you another clip. One of the F1 drivers, one of the cars, right now I'll put it right here. One of the cars were like a little bit forward, but they had to kind of like do like a move, and it was like so quick. So it's like, imagine like literally going 200 miles an hour. You got to make a split second decision like that to not crash almost. Like, it's wild.
It is what it is.
That's so I give them, I don't want to say it's not a sport. I would say it's more or less like a really high quality hobby.
And the race is on, and here comes Pride up the backstretch.
I hope I don't get killed for that, but I mean, it's like, it's not athletic, right? But it's cool to know that there are people that can do these things, you know?
Oh, man.
Yeah. I know, we're probably going to get killed for this, but still. It's just,
No.
Yeah, it's just...
No, we mean no offense.
Stock cars, F1s, Indies. I love that. I even like the speedboat racings. Like, those are really fun, too.
Oh, yeah.
Or like the sails around the world and stuff. Like, I don't know if you... like, in the Summer Olympics when they do that. Yeah, it's really cool. I was like, wait, they sail? Like, that's what they do for a sport? Like, you gotta get on the... I forget what they call it. It's like a wind glider or whatever. And then you gotta, like... Pull one of the ropes just to make sure you go left and right. No, that was like, yo, this is wild.
Would you do the NASCAR experience?
I totally would. They because they got the Indy track in Indiana.
I bet that shit is real expensive these days.
It is. It probably is. But I actually did one in Indiana. It was really nice. They had one in northern Michigan. I forget exactly specifically where it is. But they have a track out there too. A couple of our buddies went to go do it. Stock car racing is fun. Like I can see why somebody would want to do it, but I will say it is dangerous. It's got to be dangerous driving at 200 miles an hour in a circle, but then like trying to beat the other, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you just wipe out. Oh man,
you're gonna go straight and then you're gonna turn left.
It's wild. Yeah, that South Park episode was hilarious. I love that. That was so funny.
I'm gonna go straight and then I'm gonna go left.
And I'm gonna go left. Or, what was it, Talladega Nights, Shake and Bake?
Shake and Bake.
Praise the Lord, baby Jesus.
Thank you. All right, so Caitlin Clark's on the clock.
Caitlin Clark's on the clock.
IndyCar racing starts at 4:44.
Yeah, you guys should bet on it. That's what I'm going to do.
Man, it's nothing but betting commercials these days.
Hey man, it's so lucrative now. Other states are about to get into it too, man. Again, it's just I thought NC would be the last place it would come to be honest with you, and it was so surprising when it came because it came during college. The March Madness. So
that was a perfect time for it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like how looked down upon it was for boosters and
to pay players.
And people of influence to do those things. And now you allow college betting to be available in North Carolina, the mecca of college sports. That's why. Not in Coach K's North Carolina, you will not do that. What?
I think it's kind of crazy, but this is America. It's about the money.
It is.
Because there are places that I would have never thought marijuana would be legal, and now it's like sports gambling. For a long time, we didn't have the lotto.
Oh yeah.
I grew up in a dry county. It's like it's wild the way that things are changing out here, and our grandparents would probably be rolling around.
I don't know, man. I look like if you think about just sports in a time thing, right? It's just so interesting how advanced everything has gotten. Like even like okay, so we're watching right now. We're just watching like
was that Ty and Lue?
Yeah, we're watching famous play highlights, And like just looking at like the 90s uniforms or looking at the 2000s uniforms or looking at how it was broadcasted and stuff like that. Like it's a lot of advanced technology is going into sports and it's amazing. It's amazing. It's wild, man. You got to enjoy it. I like the advancement of it, but man, college sports betting in North Carolina, that's interesting. Because I would say the next thing that makes sense is a casino.
Jeez, man. I don't know. I'm not a gambler.
Yeah, they got one in Cherokee, but
I think they're opening one in Danville, Virginia.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's not that far.
It's not that far. It's only 2 hours.
Roll in there.
Yeah, because we got 3 casinos in the city in Michigan, so we are in Detroit. But I used to go to Atlantic City in Jersey. That was really fun. I've been to the Louisiana like boat joints, like where they have like the casinos on the boat. That was pretty fun.
Big wheels keep on turning.
Yeah, they had big bands there too. It was lit. I don't know if it was lit. It was definitely fun.
I need to go to New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans is fun, man, no matter where you go. Oh, yeah, I remember the 2006 Christmas jerseys.
Man. I wonder how many times LeBron James has hit his head on the rim in his life. He's too high of an IQ player to let that happen, probably.
It's just great. We were just talking about that. Yeah, we got to save that for the next pod. We got to talk about
just a little preview for you guys. Once the NBA season's over, we're going to have some sports talk about NBA players across history. We're going to have some sports talks about the rising stars, do some player profiles. You're going to hear what Winston really thinks about European players.
So, what I think about the European players. All right. Coming from this guy, you should have heard what he told me over the phone.
Hey, don't leak on me. Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Don't sell me out, these folks, just because you don't like European players.
I don't.
I'm just joking. I made that up. Winston's favorite players is
Kyrie boy.
Is Nikolai Jokic.
Not Jokic.
So you don't like European players?
No, I don't. No, I don't. Nope.
All right. All right, Winston.
All right, y'all. We are out. It's been fun.
It's been real. It's been fun, but not too fun.
No,
not real fun.
Not real fun. Bye, y'all.